I'm contributing to society. If you clicked on this video, chances are you're trying to gain control over something in your body. And here's everything we're gonna cover today in this video. The 3 essential criteria you need to start a 30-day fasting reset. The 2-week pre-reset if you haven't ever fasted before. How to use a fasting cycle specifically as a woman if you are watching this video. How to time your fast with your cycle even if you don't have a cycle. Who is this reset for? When to start your reset. Tips for succeeding at your reset. And lastly, tools to keep on your track of this all. Just want you guys to appreciate my beautiful TV screen. I wish I was in this coffee shop, I'm not gonna lie. But we are filming here. I am drinking a chamomile mint orange tea. In today's video, we are gonna have a beautiful recap of majority of chapter 8. This is inspired by the book Fast Like a Girl by Dr. Mindy Pelz. And she is a writer for a lot of women, specifically for fasting. It is a video geared around intermittent fasting. But with that said, this is not a cookie cutter diet. Okay, I just wanna start there. All of this information will help you into a 30-day fasting reset. That's gonna help you start that journey and experiment from there. So one thing I just want you to keep in mind as my audience is if you are watching this video with high ambitions and high expectations, I just want you to come back to your body. I just want you to keep in mind that when you start anything new, it's gonna feel a little challenging. It might feel uncomfortable. Just try to bring yourself back to the reason why you're trying to do this in the first place. What are the reasons, you know? And you can skip this part if it does not interest you, but I have one last announcement. And it's about the change of name in PCOS. It has been changed to PMOS. That stands for polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome. And this is because polycystic ovarian syndrome, that was previously PCOS, does not actually cause abnormal ovarian cysts, but just wanted to keep everyone updated because they just changed that recently. And as someone with previously diagnosed with PCOS, this does actually suit the diagnosis better. Not every patient was experiencing cysts, yet they were still having PCOS symptoms and not getting diagnosed, and a lot of misdiagnosis, as well as the fact that PCOS is truly a metabolic issue. And the root cause of all of these issues has to do with our insulin, which is our blood sugar, which is our metabolic system. So changing that name over was very helpful, and I do hope this improves doctors' ability to diagnose their patients. Now we can get into it after all of that spiel. So in order to succeed in a 30-day fast reset, it is encouraged that you create variety. So in this book with Dr. Mindy Pelz, she talked about 6 different fasts that you can try that target certain goals depending on what you're trying to achieve. If you need help understanding or just learning about these 6 different fasts, I made an entire video dedicated as well as what they actually target. So if you need help understanding, my video is called 6 Types of Fasting Explained. In order for this 30-day fasting reset to be successful, you need to have variety. If you are never implementing some kind of changes within that routine of your diet, you're eventually going to plateau. So that's a really important factor. The second factor is that you need to time your fasting to your cycle. So we're going to get into this a little more in this video, but as a woman, we are more complicated than men, and that means we cannot fast like a man. Therefore, it is important that you time your fasting diet to your cycle. Thirdly, supply your body with all the neurochemicals needed by your hormones in order to thrive. So now that you know the 3 essential criteria you must meet for this fast, we're going to talk about any newbies who have never fasted before. If you've done fasting and are used to it, go ahead and skip this section of the video. So the goal is to just have more intention behind eating healthier. And by healthier, that is a very broad statement. So more specifically, you want to avoid bad oils like palm oil, vegetable oil, sunflower seed oil. Do a bit of research on those. Next thing, refined sugars and also refined flours. So that could be cakes, muffins, all those little goody treats. Also, alcohol. Alcohol causes a lot of inflammation to that cellular membrane of our cells. And when they get swollen, they can't excrete our toxins properly. And that's going to affect our ability to have a beautiful 30-day fasting reset. So I want you to take that with intention. Your gut has a direct communication to your brain. And some people don't know this, but the microbes in your digestive tract literally scream to your brain like, help me, I want a food, nee, 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 nee. And a lot of people who eat a lot of, I'll just say broadly, junk food can develop most likely this bacterial microbe called Candida in your gut. And Candida is one of the bad bacterias categorized in your gut that you shouldn't be feeding. And it takes about 3 days for them to die off. So the less you feed them the fuel they need to stay alive in your gut, the better your experience will feel when you're going through those fasting periods and you're not experiencing those cravings. Just all I ask is just try with intention, just small changes. That's all we're really looking for here. Just to wrap it all up in this section of my video, if you are new to fasting, I want you to focus on avoiding bad oils, refined sugars, refined flours, as well as trying to slowly increase your fasting window until you get to a 13-hour fasted window every day. And if you're sitting down somewhere where you can take notes, I would encourage this is a good time to do so, as we're going to go over how to truly use this fasting cycle. The 3 phases in this cycle is power phase, the manifestation phase, and the nurture phase. And they're all strategically named based on the intention behind these. So in your power phase, you should be focusing more on a ketobiotic diet, which includes a higher amount of real good fat, protein, and then lower carbs. So power phase 1, your food choice throughout this phase is ketobiotic. Now, pay attention to this next part. So days 1 to 4 of your cycle, meaning 1 to 4 like you're bleeding, that's the beginning of your cycle, is intermittent fasting of 13 hours. Days 5, intermittent fasting, 15 hours. Days 6 to 10 is autophagy fasting, and that's 17 hours. And just as a little moment to share on my own experiment, I've been keeping track of my cycle thus far. It is day 3 of my period. So I am literally trying this as I'm making this video. So I'm still just doing intermittent fasting of 13 hours. When I get to day 5, I'm going to increase that to 15, and then days 6 to 10, it will be 17 hours, and that is considered an autophagy fasting. This is when your body is truly healing, and this is when you can really go into those longer fasts. Okay, we're going to close that for now. Next up, we have our manifestation phase. And so your food choice throughout this phase is a hormone feasting boots. This would be technically days 11 to 15. This is intermittent fasting, 13 hours. This is like your ovulation part, okay? Close that for now. Power phase 2. Yes, we jump back into the power phase twice. So you go back to a ketobiotic diet that's high fat, protein, and lesser carbs. And that's days 16 to 19. And that is intermittent fasting of 15 hours. I'm so excited. Oh my God. I don't even know what to expect. Like, I truly have zero expectations for this 30-day reset fast. Excuse me. And just to go, I keep forgetting I have a mic there. And just to give you a bit of a context here, my last cycle was 55 days and I bled, spotted, whatever, the entire time. I was technically 13 days late from my usual cycle. So I am very intrigued to see the impact this is gonna have on my cycle this month, because my last cycle was 55 days. Anyway, okay, back to the video. Lastly is our nurture phase. And the food choice throughout this phase is again hormone feasting. And that is days 20 to 30. And guess what? No fasting. I do want, if you are doing this, I want you to literally search up, okay, word for word, the 30-day fasting reset cycle, okay? You're gonna find on Google Images a photo of what looks like a half circle, okay? You need to print that out or just put it, screenshot it and put it on your lock screen. I don't care, but you have to, please go look at this. I'm gonna pop it up for a little bit, maybe on my screen. And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, personally, I'm a very visual learner and understanding things. And as much as I'm doing my best to explain it, actually like looking down at what I'm talking about, maybe while I'm explaining, is gonna help you so much more. So the intention behind the power phase, and it's like when you are going in for that longer fasting periods. The hormones that are focused during this power phase is your insulin and your estrogen. And so essentially why we lean into longer fasting periods during the power phase is because lowering our intake of carbohydrates will keep our blood sugar much lower, keep us in that fat burning energy state, and keep our insulin levels low. Directly from the book, it states, excessive insulin not only creates a deficiency in estrogen production, but long-term, it can lead to hyperproduction of testosterone. This is your classic PCOS scenario. The reverse happens for menopausal women as well. With estrogen's natural decline through the menopause years, insulin resistance becomes more prevalent. It's a seesaw. When insulin goes up, estrogen goes down, and vice versa. Manifestation phase is my favorite phase because this is when you're probably going to feel your absolute best. It's when your estrogen is at its peak, your testosterone is at its peak, and then your progesterone is like kind of low riding, but she's there. If you have a irregular period such as myself, this isn't mandatory, but you can get, just so you know, ovulation strips from Amazon. Just in case you're uncertain and you're like, but I don't know when I'm ovulating, so how can I go into my manifestation phase? There you go. Problem solved. I unfortunately usually know when I'm ovulating because one side of my body is usually in pain. So, yeah. Anyway, here's just something I want to read for the manifestation phase in the book. In the manifestation phase, we want to turn our healing focus from producing hormones to metabolizing them. Metabolizing a hormone means two things: breaking that hormone down into a usable form so it will be more readily used by your cells, and preparing that hormone for excretion, which means no long fasts, because that can really hurt our process of ovulation, to keep that short. Once we are done ovulating, instead of prioritizing estrogen, we prioritize her sister, progesterone. I don't know why I got so intense. So there. The second power phase, which is days 16 to 19, has another large dip in your hormonal production. At this point in your cycle, you are coming off of the hormonal surges that happen during ovulation. Things that you might experience are decreases in your libido, mental clarity, focus, motivation, and energy. That will stimulate autophagy, repair your gut, burn more fat, improve dopamine pathways, or reset your immune system. The two organs that help you metabolize hormones are your liver and your gut. When these two organs are working at their best, your hormonal superpowers will peak during this time. We have all this estrogen that needs to be excreted because estrogen is actually very toxic for our body if it's just floating around in there. And actually, as a fun fact, unmetabolized estrogens leads to hormonal cancers, including breast cancer, and contributes to a whole lot of premenstrual symptoms such as breast tenderness, night sweats, moodiness, and even weight gain. So because of this, you want this manifestation phase to support the breakdown and excretion of estrogen. So truly the best way to do this is to lean into foods that nourish your liver and your gut. So just specifically some foods that support your liver and your gut would be foods like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, green leafy vegetables such as arugula, kale, bitter lettuces such as radicchio, dandelion leaves, sesame and flax seeds, fermented foods such as sauerkraut, kimchi, and yogurt, salmon, blueberries, raspberries,
boysenberries, apple varieties such as green and Newton pippins, green and dandelion teas, spices such as turmeric, cumin, saffron, and dill.
And lastly, the nurture phase is truly what it is labeled as. You need to nurture your body. And this is from day 20 to 30 of your cycle. And I even wrote in this book, self-care, focus on you. Stress plays a direct impact on your sex hormones and more specifically your progesterone. So as your body is trying to build progesterone up in your body during the end of your cycle to build your uterine lining wall for the implantation of an egg, or for whenever your body needs to shed this uterine lining wall, it can't do that if you have a lot of stress. So bottom line is, ladies, this is the time to truly honor progesterone and honor your body and really relax and try to focus on yourself. And just to give you, even if you don't believe me, I want to give you another little tidbit of my period. Just to give you context, like I said, I went 55 days without a period, and my boyfriend took me to the Nordic spa. I had an amazing time. I felt incredibly relaxed for the first time in weeks, and I got home, went to bed, and I woke up the very next morning and I got my period. And that is because I was able to finally get rid of the cortisol circulating in my body, maybe even produce some oxytocin, the happy hormone that tells your body that everything is safe. And my body finally felt like, oh, okay, there's no like crisis. We can actually have a period now. So I just want to take a moment to recognize that it's really difficult to get rid of stress. And I guess I had to spend $100 at Nordic Spa to get rid of mine. So I understand that it's not easy. It's very difficult, but do your best at this time. Take it as an opportunity to have a hot bath, color, read, take time off work, use a sick day, but make it about you. And foods that can support you during this time are potatoes such as red, Yukon Gold, purple, and new, sweet potato, and yam varieties such as the garnet and purple. It's also recommended to go on hikes, do yoga, maybe long walks, but to avoid high intensity interval training, as again, implementing too much stress, even if that is considered good stress to your body, is actually going to scare progesterone away. And if our body can't produce progesterone, we're going to experience irregular periods or even missed periods. So some foods that actually help build your progesterone up and support that hormone would be squashes, lentils and black beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams, tropical fruits, citrus fruits, blueberries, berries in general, pumpkin seeds, and quinoa. That's when you can dabble into those foods. Holy, that took a lot of time to get through. Man. So just never forget that your body is designed to self-heal. I'm kind of hungry. I ate my last meal at 6:10 p.m. tonight, and I need to do a 13-hour fast. So technically, I'm trying to debate. If I don't eat anything else tonight, then tomorrow I can begin eating at 7 a.m. Yeah. Okay. So I hope I didn't overwhelm you with all of that information. You can always play back some of that, or I will also leave the link to get this book through my Amazon affiliate link if you would like to support my channel. Feel free to get the book through there. What if you don't have a cycle at all and you've lost your period? So in the book, it actually says that this is an amazing way to get right into the 30-day fasting cycle and start trying now. So if you have no idea where you are in your cycle, she actually suggests that. That's Boba, everyone. If you don't know, hi Boba. So yeah, if you don't have a cycle, you can start this 30-day fasting reset anytime. With that said, if you are completely new to fasting, I do highly recommend you go over the 2-week pre-prep phase to really get your body ready. Who is this reset for? I'm going to list it from the book. Weight loss resistance, insulin resistance, diabetes, pre-diabetes, cardiovascular conditions, autoimmune conditions, memory problems, missed cycles, mood disorders such as anxiety and depression, detoxing from birth control, repairing your gut post-antibiotic use, hormonal cancers, lack of motivation, infertility challenges, gut dysbiosis, hair loss, menopause symptoms, thyroid challenges, brain fog, low energy, accelerating aging. Okay, so tips for succeeding at your 30-day reset. If you are very serious about, tracking your blood sugar levels while your body changes from the sugar energy burning system to your fat burning system, then I recommend getting a glucose and ketone monitor. That is really going to tell you how your body reacts to the first meal of the day. And Mindy does explain that very, very well in her book. If you are looking for more information, I'm sure you could actually find it online, but essentially you can either do pricking your finger or having the full-time monitor on you. So basically, you would track your blood sugar and ketone levels when you wake up, right before your first meal, and then 2 hours after your first meal, and then compare your blood sugar levels. And that would determine if you are insulin resistant or insulin sensitive and give you a better indication of your health and how your hormones are being impacted by this hormone. Another way and tool is, Kelly. Oh, now Kelly's over here. Okay. The other tool that is, what the? I thought she was trying to eat my mic. My cat just knocked the remote controller off our shelf. So, the other great tool and something that I hope you have for you is a good support system or community. So if you're doing this challenge, you will succeed better with people that support you, whether that's your loved ones, your friends, or joining a Facebook group that is in the same journey as you. That is truly the best tool that can possibly exist for you. So there you have it. We finally got through all of the points for today's video. I'm really looking forward to trying this 30-day fast myself. With that said, I'm gonna close today's video. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go to bed after this. And please hit that like button. It really means a lot to me. Thank you if you stay to the end of this video, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content like this. Thank you for watching and wishing you the best. Bye!